Hello, Hawks fans, and welcome to episode 8 of the Atlanta Sports District. I am coming to you directly after a Hawks win tonight, 117 to 112 on the road against the Brooklyn Nets. It was not the most beautiful game, but we did win, so that's helpful. I don't have to break everything in my house, so you don't have to worry. Let's just go ahead and get into the game flow, and then we'll go into player by player and just tell you my thoughts and kind of what I think about what's coming up. Quarter one, we started the game as sloppy as humanly possible, and we're immediately down 12 to nothing. We were not together defensively, we were not together offensively, and again, we keep starting games with like 5, 6, 7 possessions in a row where Trae Young does not touch the ball. It doesn't work. Please stop doing it. I'm tired of repeating that. Give the ball to Trae. He plays really great. Like again, I said, we're not playing through Trae. All of a sudden, we call timeout. We come back from the timeout. We start playing through Trae. We make 6 shots in a row, and we are then down 16 to 17. I wrote down the Nets are really bad on defense. It's really awful. They don't communicate. They don't protect the rim. They're bad defensively, and Trae was carving them up. We got the lead when we went up 19 to 20, and then that what was happening, like from 16 to 17 to the 19 to 20 mark, we did not have Trae on the floor. He came back on the floor. We started to play through him a lot, and it was 27 to 21 after a 3 by Luke Kennard when Trae Young then had Mo Gay get pushed into him, and he fell on his leg, and he was ruled out for the rest of the game with a right knee sprain. Going into quarter two, my big takeaway from this was Luke Kennard can shoot. And when he shoots it a lot, he's really valuable. And when he doesn't, he's not. We'll get into it. He had a very good game, especially in the first half, because he was actually shooting the ball. We were running in transition, destroying them in transition, and they were not getting back. If you have a team that's killing you in transition, probably take the hint to get back. They seemed to be struggling with that. So with Kennard's three-point barrage and the transition defense, we ended going into the half 64 to 51. Coming out of the halftime break, Nickeil Alexander-Walker took Trae Young's spot because he was out with injury in the starting lineup. And I wrote Michael Porter Jr. was destroying us. I mean, he was all night, but during the third quarter, it was bad. He was making everything. He was pulling Houdini acts out there. I mean, I have no idea how he was making some of the shots he was making. We had Zach on him for the majority of the game, and they said this isn't working. And so they switched Dyson onto him, and he still was killing us. During this time, we also had Jalen and Kristaps Porzingis both get 4 fouls. So both had to come off the floor. And when they brought Mo on and brought Onyeka on, for a small period of time, they had Mo guard Michael Porter Jr. as well. They would like kind of switch every once in a while between who was guarding him, between Dyson and Mo. And it slowed MPJ down a little bit. And the Nets were still so bad defensively that even with him making all those shots, we were still up 95 to 83. Going into quarter four, Kristaps gets his 5th foul early. Jalen gets his 5th foul early. So we are rough. Onyeka starts having foul trouble. Mo's having foul trouble. And the referees start controlling the game. They were calling very soft stuff and calling things very often. And I would rather see that than the overly physical play be allowed. But sometimes I go, I don't understand how the other team is never committing a foul. And we are committing lots of fouls. That fourth quarter, it almost felt like, oh, the foul numbers are really heavily in one direction. Let's sway this a little bit and get it about even. But if one team's not earning the fouls through the whole game, they're probably just not earning the fouls. The Brooklyn Nets take the most, majority of threes in the whole NBA. They don't get in the paint. You're hardly ever getting fouled on a three. That's the reason the foul numbers were really swayed before the fourth quarter happened. Jalen comes back in after he had to be taken out because of the foul trouble, and he just started taking over. He made a three finally. He had a crazy dunk in transition. He had another dunk where he had a pass on a back cut, wraparound pass around the baseline. He just took over the fourth quarter for a little piece of time. And it really was exciting. It's the kind of thing where I say, again, if he continues to play as he's played at the beginning of this year, he's an All-NBA player, and he's an All-Star. Treat him like one. All of a sudden, they start coming back. And most of it was we were not getting defensive rebounds. We were committing lots of fouls. And we were taking some very stupid shots. The highest culprit of that being Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I like, not a lot, but the shot selection is a problem. He has got to stop shooting as many shots as he did. And we'll get to that in the player portion. But it was rough. So that they start coming back, and quite honestly, if they had had more time and we kept playing the way we were playing, we lose that game. But they just ran out of time, and we ended the game up 117 to 112. Got the win to make us 2-3 on the year. So moving to the player-by-player section, looking at the bench, obviously we had a Keaton Wallace sighting today. He played 14 minutes. He was 1 of 1 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. He had 5 assists, 1 foul, and only 3 points. Honestly, now that if Trae's going to be out for a piece of time, Keaton Wallace should play because, again, he's a substitutional level player. He can get you by while your players are out. Before then, he should not have been playing. Now, you won't hear me complain about that. Keaton is the best substitutional guard we have. So, he won't embarrass you. It's all good. So, that happened. Next, we'll talk about Mo. He only played 14 minutes. He needs to be playing more. He is playing so well. He had 4 of 6 in the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 9 points. He had 9 points and played amazing defense throughout the game. The thing that I am noticing about Mo is that he's understanding where to be more. He had a back cut today where he had a player dribble at him. He was in the corner, had a player dribble to his side, so he knows that the guy that's with him has to filter to the corner, which means he should drop to the baseline and go in the dunker spot. He did. They threw him a pass. He dunked it. You're seeing him guy dribbles away and he filters up, and then the pass gets kicked out to him. He pump fakes and he drives and makes a great move at the rim. That kind of stuff was stuff that he was not doing last year. And so I'm really hoping that he can learn and continue to get better because the skill offensively has always been there. It's always been the knowledge of where do I need to be? What do I need to be doing? And if we can get that to be solid, he is really solid defensively. So hopefully we can keep that moving in the right direction. Next, we'll talk about Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard was 5 of 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, had 2 assists, a rebound, and 17 points. Again, hunt your shot. You make a lot of them. If Trae is out, 5 threes should be the minimum that Luke Kennard takes. I mean, he should be chucking them up. If he's open, shoot the ball. Other than that, the defense was still a pretty big problem from him. A lot of times when he's in the game, it's where's Luke Kennard? Goes straight at his face. And that's a big problem when Trae's on the floor, but it was kind of mitigated today because we didn't have Trae. And so it made the defense a little better, but the offense a lot worse. The offense was flowing super easily playing through Trae. We would have scored in the 140s if Trae stayed healthy in this game. We ended up scoring 117. And so that's going to be harder. I mean, we did not have a single field goal from the field in the last about 4 minutes of game time. So it's going to be really tough with him not playing to score a lot. So we're going to have to play really defensive lineups that can get the job done on that end of the floor. Move on to Onyeka. Onyeka was 4 of 10 from the field in 28 minutes, 1 of 4 from 3. He had 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and 12 points. Onyeka played fantastic. He is really improving defensively and really improving on the defensive glass, which if you followed Onyeka, that's always been kind of his issue. Is he plays good defense, and then he can't get the board. Tonight, that was not the case. He did really well rebounding. We're still seeing lack of rebounding from KP, but luckily, we are having Onyeka and Jalen kind of clean up the scraps. And Mo when he's in the game, obviously. Nickeil Alexander-Walker was 7 of 17, 2 of 8 from 3. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 18 points. He is shooting the ball so often, and there are shots that are not open shots. I'm really hoping he cleans that up. Move the ball, find the best shot, not the first shot. The first shot is hardly ever the best shot. I said about Nikola Jurisic in our player breakdown, he's really good at playing aggressive to passive. We're seeing Naw struggle to do that. When Naw puts the ball on the floor and starts to be aggressive, he's going to shoot it. We need him to play aggressive, draw in defense, and then play passive off of that. That is it will be helpful if he can do that successfully. And if not, he's going to continue to struggle to have winning minutes when he's on the floor. He might have numbers that look good, but he's struggling to have winning minutes when he's on the floor because the numbers, the shots he's taking are not good shots. We'll move on to the starters. Trae played 7 minutes. He had a 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 6 points, but he was masterful when he was in the game, but he only played 7 minutes. So I hope he's okay. I'm concerned that it's going to be a long-term injury. It looked really rough, but hopefully he's fine. Next, we'll move on to KP. He was 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and had 14 points. KP had a bunch of missed tip-ins and missed putback dunks and missed 2 dunks in this game. He would have had well over 20 if those normal shots would have went in, and they weren't the same kind of taking a stupid shot and you miss. This was just freak accidental luck. And so there was nothing wrong with his offensive game today. He's a 7'3" dude who had 6 rebounds. He's averaging 4 rebounds on a game on the season. He's got to rebound the ball more. And rebounding is a knowledge thing of where the ball is coming off the floor. Oh, it was shot from this corner, so it's probably going to go the other way. And it's also an effort thing. It's running as hard as you can, running your tail off, getting to where the ball is going to be, fighting for it. And he's not doing it right now. But overall, he's playing fine. It's just that one area, rebounding, is really rough right now. And hopefully we can get it cleaned up. Next, we move on to Zachary Rishase. He was 2 of 7 from the field in 28 minutes. He played a lot more today, which was good. I love seeing that. He had 3 rebounds and only 8 points. But he was a team starter best -3. Our bench won by a lot, and our starters did not. Again, it was pretty rough, especially there at the end, with that closing lineup. And a lot of it was because of the shot selection and then not moving the basketball. But I thought Zach looked really good. Dyson Daniels was at 35 minutes, was 3 of 10 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and only 7 points. It's still looking not great on offense. And I don't know what's going on that's making him shoot such a poor efficiency from shots that I know he can make, but it's got to clean up. It's really bad right now. He's got to play better on offense. We just gave him a huge contract. He needs to play better on offense. I don't know if that's what it is, if he's feeling kind of pressure, but yeah, it's got to get better. Jalen Johnson had 29 minutes. 10 of 16 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 23 points. He was on track easily to have a triple-double today, like a 30-point triple-double, but the fouls got where he didn't play as much as he needed to. He was playing really specially in the first half and playing a really special way during parts of the second half. He looks like a superstar out there. I mean, he's playing so well. And I know this is the lowly 0-5 Brooklyn Nets, but it's still grown men professional athletes that could not do anything with him. And so I'm really excited to see if he can keep this up. And if he can, I will be screaming from the rooftops to get this man in the All-Star game. If he keeps it up the whole year, I'll be screaming from the rooftops to get him in the All-NBA conversation. So moving forward, the Atlanta Hawks have a game on Halloween, Friday the 31st, against the Pacers. It's the first game of the NBA Cup. And then right after that, we play the Cavs, the Magic, and the Raptors. So that's not the easiest schedule coming up. And it looks like we might not have Trae Young. So it might get worse before it gets better. You could get upset about that, but if you don't have the personnel to win the game, you don't have the personnel. We built our whole team around having Trae Young there to facilitate our offense. And if he gets hurt, then you don't have anyone there to facilitate your offense. So I'm hoping that we deep dive into, we're going to have defensive lineups that can get stops, and they're big and they're physical, and we're going to play through Jalen and let him kind of create, because it's between him and Veit who's the best passer left on the roster of players who are like ready to play. I think Jurisic is the second best passer on the team, but he's not ready to play in the NBA yet. He needs reps in College Park. And so, yeah, I hope we play defensively. I hope we fight. I hope we claw and get out of these next 4. Like, if we could win 2 of the next 4, that would be really helpful. Anything better than that would be gravy. But I would be shooting for 2 of the next 4 because, I mean, again, Cavaliers, Magic, Raptors, Pacers. Those are the next 4 teams we play. Not in that order. It's Pacers, Cavs, Magic, Raptors. But those teams are not pushovers, and you're going to have to fight and claw if you're not able to have the great offensive ability of Trae making offense for your team. So, I mean, it's still in our hands. It's early in the season. If you're going to have an injury, it's kind of good to get it out of the way now. But I'm really hoping that it's not anything structural. The injury looked so bad. I mean, his knee got bent all sorts of funny ways. And he tried to walk it off, but you could tell he was in a ton of pain. And so, yeah, I'm really, really concerned that he's going to be out for a while. I'm hoping that's not the case. I don't have any, information on it yet. Obviously, I just said the game just ended. But it just, I mean, I don't know if I'm just a jaded Hawks fan, but it looked like, oh, here we go again. We got another really key player going out. So let's fight as hard as we can and see what we can do. If you want to see a guy continue to cover these Hawks that we know and love, he's been watching them for 13 straight years. At the end of the season will be 14 that I've watched every game. And just, if you want to hear my thoughts, subscribe, do all the commenting, show me some love, and let me know what you think about this Jalen Johnson breakout, because my goodness, this is exciting. That being said, have a great day.